In Baker. Well done, mate. On the ball. Hey, Brendan. How are you, brother? His shirts in a week, mate. His shirts in a week for the Grow Show shirts. Cloud Safe, how are you, brother? I was getting nagged at to go live. Hey, Wombats, how are you, bro? Looking sharp in that last video, brother.
Hey.
Hey, Sunshine.
How's it going?
Hey. Yeah, not too bad, bro. I don't know how it sounds on the live, but you're pretty quiet. Yeah, not too bad, bro.
Hang on.
I don't know how it sounds on the live, but you're pretty quiet. Yeah, not too bad.
Hang on.
Got a window open too.
Oh no, is that better?
Yeah, that's better, bro. Hey, Mark, how are you, bro?
Fuck, I got really tired in the last hour.
The mongrels don't have you. And I've
Little
been
bit.
stuck on all day. My back's been killing me, and I don't think I went to sleep until 4:30 last night after travelling back home.
Yeah, that's fucked.
Yeah.
I was wondering why you look so wrecked. Sleep debt will do it.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Went to sleep at 4:30 and I was up at 10. So.
Hey?
Went to sleep at 4:30 and then I was up at 10.
Yeah, it's no good.
No. I'll be to bed early tonight.
Yeah, I'm just having a coffee actually. I don't usually drink it this late.
Monty, Sunshine.
Hey, PTP, how are you, bro?
Not bad, mate, not bad.
Mm-hmm.
So where's all these tabs? Where's all these fucking 3 weeks of tabs, mate?
There's so many. It's just there's too many. Anyway, let's get into it.
Too many.
Yeah, and I've got heaps more as well. I just thought enough's enough. It's like fucking 60 or something. I don't know. Anyway, we'll try and get through it real quick because
awesome.
Save anything to do with the Queen for next week.
What about the Prince?
Don't know.
That's fine. That's fine. The Prince is fine.
Maybe I should save that whole thing for next week.
Yeah.
Yes.
Does it match better if it's all added together?
I'm glad you have something.
People.
No, here's the thing though, because we're talking about this backstage, like if we should talk about the Queen or not. I'm just glad that you had something prepared. Anyway, we'll just.
There's nothing on the Queen except that photo of
Epstein,
Jeffrey Epstein at the cabin.
Yep.
Yeah,
that's the only thing that we have to say. Yeah, but anyway.
Her sons are the dirtbags.
Who imagine if it was. Imagine if it was just she was going to stay there with her son. Her son's like, oh, I got this sick cabin. Come have a stay.
Come down, mum.
She didn't know.
That she would actually.
I know. Imagine she didn't know what was going on. She's like this sweet, innocent old lady, and then her sons are like hanging out with the worst of the worst.
Jimmy Savile.
How many boys has she got? Andrew and
Charles.
That's it, yeah?
Yeah, I think so.
Doesn't she have a couple of daughters, though?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure she got a daughter or something.
I'm the wrong person to ask, man. I didn't even know that
Princess
Harry
Margaret,
and
who's she?
other chick had broken up. Someone told me.
Princess
Yeah, I
Margaret's
thought-
of Denmark, the
I
Aussie chick
thought
from Tasmania, isn't it?
Andrew was in the shit. I didn't know. Is Charles affiliated with stuff that went on there? Is he?
Charles and Jimmy Savile were good mates.
Yeah, Charles was good
Yo.
friends with an English fucking fella.
Brendan said, "Don't we get a public holiday for a death day now?"
We do.
And
Yeah.
his
wish.
first
Yeah,
comment
yeah.
had to be
No
removed
way.
from publicity.
Bro,
No
we get
do
way.
next
Thursday. We get Thursday off, then grand
Yeah, we
final
get Thursday off.
off. Yeah, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, people. Don't say the Queen didn't do nothing for you.
Yep.
No. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying I can't believe
And we
that.
used to always get a day
she's
off
done
for
a
her
lot of
birthday
things.
too, yeah?
Queen's
Queen's
birthday.
birthday,
Yeah,
we
Queen's
used to get
birthday
a
is a day
public
off every
holiday.
year. I love public
Yep.
holidays. As a full-time worker, mate, there's this many
Public
public
holidays
a year.
rocked for
All
sure.
right, yeah. How can I get them to run back to back, or how can I make it Thursday, Friday, or how can I make it Friday, Monday? And I used to love when they'd fall Friday, Monday. That was like fucking hell yeah. Hunter looking out for us.
All right. Well, let's do it. Let's get into it and let's get it done with.
I forgot what I was gonna say. It doesn't matter though. Something about
You got to share,
Can't hear me
Monty.
doing.
too much hash.
No such thing, yeah.
I haven't consumed any cannabis today.
Me either.
Oh yeah, good on you.
I feel like I'm on like 5 coffees or something.
Yeah,
As soon as I finish
There
this
you
food,
go.
I'm gonna have a bong.
yeah. I'll have a vape
That's
after
good.
this presentation of sorts. Monty has to grant me access to share.
Yeah, you got to put it up there though. And
Is the screen sharing?
no, it's not now. It is, but it wasn't
All right.
before.
Pardon me.
All right.
There we go.
Get a fair grow.
All right, so Eddie, I'll keep this real quick, all right, because everyone's a bit sensitive about it. Anyway, there's Prince Charles.
Don't
and he's
talk
got
about his
me.
mummy.
Yeah, just leave her out of it.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
don't want to be.
There's
dragged
Gillen
into
with Andrew and
Ghislaine.
Ghislaine. Yeah, Ghislaine.
Ghislaine.
Oh, look at this. All right, here we go.
Ghislaine, yeah.
This is good. So this is Prince Andrew paying respects to his mother. That's his daughter. Did you see that?
The emojis.
He sticks his hand in between her ass cheeks. Look.
No, I
Wait,
think
no,
that
go
was-
back. Hang on, pardon.
think
What?
that was innocent.
Innocent? I don't think so.
Yeah, watch. Yeah.
No,
I was
look
gonna
at it.
put my
No,
hand
that's
in her ass.
no.
My hand would be in her ass, bro.
I was expecting him to do that.
Yeah, that's what he said. He
When
put
he
his
said
fingers
that.
in her ass. But he didn't even push the material in.
It's still funny.
Yeah, because it holds connotations if you think a
Fair.
certain way about the man. But
Does
just
he
looking
know
at
he's
that
a
footage.
dirtbag?
because of it.
Oh yeah, but looking at that footage doesn't mean he stuck his
Yeah, we'll
hand
get
in.
the King's Day
Like
off
that.
now. King's birthday off on, but
All right, here we go. Into the heavy
That's
shit.
yeah,
pretty
instead of
funny,
the
mate.
Queen's birthday public holiday, we'll start getting the King's birthday public holiday too now.
As well. I reckon
Yeah, we
should have
won't
a
get
Queen
hers
Mother's
anymore.
public
We won't
holiday
get
and-
her birthday anymore. We'll just get his birthday.
No, we should keep
That's
hers, and
interesting.
we should do the Queen Mothers, and we might as well do all the kings and queens before them as well. Just all different
Oh,
days.
I agree totally, but I don't think the
Let's
employers are going to
remember
go
them
for that.
correctly. let's remember them correctly with public holidays.
You know what? That's actually really smart. Seriously, that is actually really smart. Why don't they do that? They could.
Because there'd be too many days off a year, bro. You're already taking fucking
Yeah.
the weekends off, and in my lifetime, they've slowly turned the weekend into that's days that you work, mate. We're in Australia when I was growing up. No one worked on a fucking weekend, bro. That's when you drank. Everything shut at fucking like 5 p.m. Nothing was open till after. Nothing. We had late night shopping in my town maybe when I turned 15. Before that, everything closed at like 5 o'clock. Everything except for pubs. Hospitals. Yeah, I reckon public holiday for every one of them. We might be able to swing this so we never have to go back to work.
The Queen, when Snoop Dogg came into the UK for the first time, the news tabloids were saying, "Get Snoop Dogg out." And then the Queen said something along the lines, "This man has done nothing wrong. He can come into the UK." It's hilarious.
Well, unless he's been convicted, can't just tell someone you disagree with how they present themselves. You're not coming to my country. They have to actually break a rule, a law.
And we should get a public holiday for Pummelwan as well. Or just, we get a sorry day.
Anyway, so here's some fucking study with about myocarditis and with the virus and stuff. They're trying to get information that would suggest that the virus is the cause and not the jab. So starting to see these ones. Just it's sort of counterintelligence in a sense. That's what I think.
Pericarditis and myocarditis, they're just going to have to get over it. It's part of the side effects of vaccine.
Yeah, well,
they've released so much. They've released so much recently. We can basically talk about everything. Natural immunity is real now. After 4 years of telling us it's not real and it doesn't work and it's all lies,
ridiculous.
And the history of mankind before 4 years was all bullshit. We only just worked it out now in the last couple of years.
Yeah.
Of course, it was not all bullshit, the history of mankind and medicine before. The bullshit was the bit where they were telling you these drugs no longer work because they want you to buy ones that have patents on them.
Yeah, it's just called fake science.
We could not talk about any of this because we would get shut down. Now it's all legit again. It's all real world science again.
It brought fake science into the mainstream, as where before it was like, oh, it might happen, it might not happen. Now it's like there's clear evidence of it happening. Like
natural immunity is more protective than any vaccine. And 109,000 people in Israel took that pill that America created, the tablet for $70 a tablet. Box of 10 costs us $700. Doesn't work at all. So now they're doing a study. They're doing a trial on ivermectin. Like, my God, mate.
The drug they said was not allowed. It was just it's just a bloody animal worm.
Yeah, are you stupid? You would take a horse dewormer. It's people medication. It is people. It was made for people. It's made for animals.
The two leading hospitals in America were using it as from the very beginning of like October 2019 to treat COVID. It was the first.
That's because those people have an education and they weren't prepared to have 20 years of their life be said to them that 20 years you went to school is all bullshit. We only know now what we know in this 4 years. That's it. They were like, nah, you're fucking crazy. So they held on to it and they treated their patients
they made them
to treat them before all this bullshit come out telling us that our history was wrong. We can't cure viruses with that. Fucking Jesus.
And then they lost their jobs.
That's why I reckon I agree for Buddy with what's fair saying. Instead of a stupid fucking sorry day, I reckon we should have a public holiday that celebrates. I don't know. Instead of like, they probably won't want a whole heap of fucking public holidays to celebrate fucking Indigenous, like.
Make it May 8th.
Iconic Indigenous leaders like Truganini and stuff like that, Pummelway. But maybe we can have a public holiday that represents all of those leaders, right? Instead of a stupid sorry day. Because I also don't agree with fucking, I don't know, white people having to feel guilty about what their ancestors did and feel shamed. Like,
okay, maybe for 5 minutes or a day, that's nothing wrong with that, to remember.
Yeah, I agree with Monty when he said.
And to remember to maybe give a little bit of leeway as we repair what was done.
Oh, there's
at some
nothing wrong
point,
with that, right? There's
some
nothing wrong
point,
with that.
we are all the
Instead
same
of
again.
having a sorry day, how about we have like Aboriginal culture taught in schools, and they actually go out and learn about Aboriginal people and actually interacted with them instead
As
of
I didn't
having
know.
some sorry day and feeling shameful for being white. And that doesn't just last for a day; it's indoctrinated into them that they're oppressors of like minorities when they never ever were.
No, their
And I'm a
family, their
perfect
families
example
were.
of both worlds. Like, if it wasn't for the white ancestry in me, like, all of the black side of me would have been taken away by the government and spread all over the place, like the other half was. We don't know what happened to my great and grandmother's two sisters. Never knew. Don't know.
The
They were
policy back
taken.
then was
But if it wasn't for a white Scottish man that fucking took her in, she would have lost all the kids.
I've got stuff about that as well. The whole race divide thing. You'll have to let me share again.
We need to fix
like,
these things so we
whites
can get
shouldn't
beyond them
feel
and
shame for
concentrate on
anything, because if it
the
wasn't for a
future.
lot of whites, the Aboriginal community would have been, like, family structure would have been totally destroyed and ripped apart.
What's
Like,
King B
some of them
say?
got to stay with their families because of white people.
What's King B say in his lives? The past is the past. You cannot change it.
No.
There's no point in dwelling on it.
No,
It can't be
no,
changed,
that's
no
right.
matter
I
how
don't
much
want
you
people
think about
dwelling
it.
on it and feel guilty and feel like they're fucking less of a person for something that happened 200 years ago. It's not right.
Yeah.
Like,
No, don't feel that
I
bad.
still agree
but
that,
know
like, what
and
happened
acknowledge
200
it.
years ago was wrong, and there should be some sort of atonement for that.
Yeah. And 200 years ago, that was, or 200 and
But
whatever
the
years ago,
atonement
that's
should
when
come
we got here.
without
But that
shame.
shit didn't stop. That shit was still going on in the 50s.
Yeah, exactly.
1950s.
Yeah,
That's
when
60, 70 years ago. Man,
it
this
would
is
have been
someone on
1920s,
the internet said
1930s when
some
my
shit like,
fucking
that was 100 years ago. That's such a
great-great-grandmother's
long
fucking
time.
sisters were
That
taken.
ain't no long time. 100
Yeah.
years is not a long time.
No, but everyone responsible for that, the people who were responsible for those fucking what do they call them?
I know people who, because of what they did, have a higher standard of living. So, because they benefited off killing a race of people that were on their land in a time when they should have been done for murder, mind you. Like, I don't, it blows my mind.
Mate, my tribe fucking was wiped out a lot. We were one of only a couple that actually fucking declared war on fucking white man.
Yeah, we were talking about it. There's
Wherever
going to
he
be
was.
a series on TV they're starting, and it's going to be talking about wars in Australia with Indigenous people.
Yeah. And that's why they're trying to there's a genocide 2.0 going out in the rural communities, because they're trying to get the Aboriginal people off the land so they can rape resources of the NWA.
That's all we ever do to these poor people. Hey, you can have Kakadu and tourists and shit will go there. You'll get cash. That's how you'll get your cash. Oh, hang on. There's uranium in there. We would like that. Fuck that thing where we said you can have that land. We're going to dig a hole there and take that shit. Hang on, it's our land. You said it's our land. And then we fight them in court. We dig the hole. The hole's still there now. The mine's fucking closed for 20 years or some shit. That hole's still there. They're getting to it. We're getting to it. We're almost going to fill it up. I don't, it blows my fucking mind how we treat these people. But I guess if anyone else was out there, we would have done the same anyway, because they're sitting on a resource and we want it.
Is my screen sharing?
I don't currently see it.
It says it's sharing my screen.
Yeah, family have pericarditis and heaps of issues from taking the vaccine. But they're on crazy fucking pill trials and shit at the moment, trying to cure these problems. And they're all like, "Oh, I wish I was like you," and I just refused to do it. But I just didn't have the means or the strength to say no. Fucking, I don't care. I would have lived in a gutter before I would have took that vaccine.
Is Monty there?
Could be there. Oh shit! You're standing at my window. I can see me. Oh, pulled the blind out.
I think you have to get permission every time you want to share a screen.
Hold on,
Yeah,
everyone.
you do. And he's got to press it to put it up.
It's weird. I'm watching myself with lag.
Gonna grab some water.
How old is that skull? Oh,
Let us share a screen.
is that Mungo Man's skull or?
Who's talking about Mungo?
Hook's last comment there. What if the history that was wiped out is important to the truth of origins of humans? Right? Like the skull found in Australia, that is one of the oldest in the world. Right? I think Mungo Man, isn't that the oldest skull they found in Australia?
First they found a woman from 60,000, and then they found him, and he's another 20-something thousand older than her.
Yeah.
And they only buried him back.
They found 3 skeletons all up there.
Yeah, well, the ones I remember mainly is him and her and him, because it dated Aboriginals to around the 60,000 year mark, and now it's more than 80,000 years.
Yeah,
80,000 years on this continent. We talk about 1788. Jesus, mate, we're a flash in the pan, a blink of an eye.
80,000 years of unbroken culture too. It's definitely 60,000 years of unbroken culture until white man came and broke it.
Yeah, and even Mungo Man, they found implements and food around him.
Yep.
Yeah. And they reburied him there.
Yeah, they only did that recently too, huh?
Yeah.
Reburying him? Yep.
Yeah, because he was in a museum or something.
Yeah, yeah.
The Aboriginal people don't like that. They're like, yeah, look, we don't care if he's 80,000 years old. We told him we were going to look after him, so we need him back.
Yeah. A hell of a lot of fucking other skeletons that were taken from fucking caves up north and stuff like that, because they used to put the bones in caves up there.
Okay.
Yeah, they'd all heaps of the old tribe would just, all their dead would go into a cave like that. They'd be full of just bones, and they'd go there and talk to them and worship them and stuff like not worship, but pay respects to them and stuff like that. Talk to them.
Yeah. Asia and Europe, you find caves like
fucking
that.
English cunts paid fucking lower people down in the tribe because they obviously knew where the cave was, but they weren't allowed to go there yet because they hadn't gone through their rituals to fucking be able the right to go there. Unlike the older men and elders did. Right? But the white man would pay those people to take them and show them where it was, and then the white man would fucking happily go in there and fucking take whatever he wanted out of there and stuff like that. Whereas the Aboriginal that guided him there, he was too scared to go into the cave and stuff because he respected the spirits and all stuff like that. They fucking protected the area. Therefore, and that's why the white man didn't give a fuck. He'd go straight in and raid, as soon as he found
Imagine the look on that cunt's face, mate. Imagine looking at that cunt's face when he's seen him just walk in there. Like nothing at all.
Not just that. After
he would have been
like,
what the hell? And then they come walking out with his ancestors and shit.
He's dead.
He'd be like, oh, what the fuck?
He's dead for doing that. Like, that's going to be a death penalty for showing that. And I know for sure that did happen to many that helped white people sack those kind of places.
Funny,
especially
what we'll do for money.
Alice Springs desert area and that. They had fucking stones. They used to have stones that fucking, I don't know how to explain it properly, right? But these stones sort of represented from the beginning of time and their time, right? And they were like little holy little beings in these stones, and that, and they would bring them out for special dances and stuff like that. This one guy who's the postmaster at Alice Springs, he was able to film like a dance, right? It was like some sacred dance. It was the only time it was ever been filmed, and that. And this dance had been passed on from a tribe from fucking North Queensland that had followed a telegraph pole. I was wandering along in their land on their migration and found this fucking telegraph pole that had been put up in the last few months. And they're like, what the fuck is that? So they followed it, and it fucking led them all the way to Alice Springs and this tribe. And then they fucking interacted and passed on dances to each other. And that was fucking, yeah, he got to film it. He was one of the experts fucking on the Aboriginal fucking tribe that lives around Alice Springs. Like, the dude was accepted by the tribe and stuff, fully respected him and that. And there was another guy there that was fucking did work for him at the post office that wanted to get a hold of the things, the rocks and stuff like that. And he ended up paying some dude to take him sort of there. And then, like, that dude ended up getting killed for taking him there because he ransacked them stones. They've never been fucking found out what happened to them. They disappeared after that dude got them. I think they got taken back to England. But that happened all over Australia. Destroyed the culture, so they got nothing. Destroy the old ways. Make them English. Make the Aboriginals English. Civilised white.
Strong sunshine, your screen share function not working.
Yeah, that's right, Hannes. All the people have died that were fucking behind those fucking what do you call it when fucking governments come out with programs, government programs, and fucking like when they sort of set it as a fucking rule. Like,
the government's still around though, so anything they done even 150, 200 years ago, they should be fucking fixing because they still done it and they're still prominent now.
Yeah, but the people behind that fucking what was passed, the legislation that was passed, aren't alive, so you can't punish someone else that's maybe in that government.
Well,
and
hang
exactly
on,
that
do
same
we still
party,
benefit from
but
it?
he was a fucking kid or something like that and wasn't even in the party when those people fucking
I understand
that.
but if we still benefit from it, then we have to acknowledge that we're still making money off it.
Yeah, that's why I think there has
we're
to be a
still
treaty
part of it.
made. Like, the treaty has to be done, and like they have to get fucking compensation for the land that was taken from them, where they fucking got big giant fucking mines ripping out fucking everything out of it.
I'd love for all of us to just pick up, pack up, and move back to Europe, but it ain't gonna happen. There's not enough room. Logistics of that would be out of control. Fuck, it's 3 million people went to Europe in the last few years, and it destroyed the place. Imagine if we all went. Whoa.
Yep. Bloody oath.
And then what would be here when we left?
The reason why white men are all over Australia, all over the fucking Australian continent, American continent and stuff like that was because they fucking were overcrowded then and had to ship them all off, get rid of them. That's why we ended up all over the globe.
Fucking Americans, they ran away because they didn't like how they were getting taught. Yeah, English.
Yeah, they were English
like yeah, we don't like how shit's going down here. We're going to go over here and start our own fucking shit. Fuck you, cunts.
Oh, they fucking, what, for a good almost 100 years, they fucking acted the same as Australia did, and that paid their taxes back to the fucking Queen and King, the King.
Yep. But then when they fell on hard times and they thought, these are our crew, they'll let us off. We didn't get much this year. We'll die if we give them anything. No, you got to give it to us anyway. Ooh. Okay.
Yeah.
And that started to build a bunch of cunts there that just went at some point, they just went, yeah, it's time that we're our own joint now.
It was all over taxes because fucking the King raised the taxes on them. And that over there, I think they were actually being taxed like an extra 10% more than fucking an English fucking farmer.
And these motherfuckers are doing it hard too. Just got to this place.
They were doing it hard.
They're expanding across this place. So you should be giving them leeway so they can get the job done that you want done, which is to colonise.
George Washington
But you're
actually
taxing
fought
the
for the
crap out of
British against fucking the French.
Oh man, that's the America before it became America is a big fucking big fuck up. They were fighting the Spanish,
English and the
the
French
British are
fighting
fighting
over
the
it,
French,
2
the French are
wars,
fighting
over
everyone's
Canada.
fighting everyone at some point. And then they were doing sneaky shit where they're like, oh, I won't fight you, but what I'll do is I'll employ a guy, and in his off time, he'll kill you for me, and I'll call him a privateer. He's not affiliated with me in any way, but all the shit he steals comes to me.
Yeah. Everything he steals, I get a cut of, Here's a little license to fucking leave our Navy, but take our Navy ship, put a fucking different fucking banner on it, and go raiding
up, steal their shit.
Yeah. Privateering is why pirates.
Pirates, they became the pirates,
Yeah, they were pirates, They were good until they become fucking a pain in the ass to the king, and then he outlawed them, hunted them all down.
They took over an entire fucking colony. They're just like, oh, look, we can't control it. We might as well just let the pirates run it.
Yeah. And they're all sent there just to sack Spanish gold galleons that were leaving South America. Pinch Spanish gold off them, take it back. They get to make rich because they're fucking doing the battles and stuff for it. But then they just give the king his cut.
Yeah, you just got to give them their cut. You keep yours.
Yep.
With the crew.
Yeah. And then they made peace with Spain, and then they had like how many fucking privateers out there with no job anymore, so they just started becoming pirates, robbing everyone.
Yeah. Waters. Winner.
Who's doing that? Is that you, PTB?
No, that was Mont.
I know some communities do wombats, but not all of them, hey?
That was me.
I think a lot of them get hosed over with the deals because, like, the way the mining companies do it, right, is the way a tribal land is set up, right? Usually within a tribe, there'll be certain clans, and those clans live in certain areas of that tribal land, right? And the mines go see this elder over here. He might say no, and they'll go see this one, that one, and that one. 3 of them might say no, and the 4th one will say yes because they'll offer him more money because it's their last-ditch effort. And then they sneak in and start doing the mining because they've got permission from that one elder, and they'll come in and start mining that area, and then the other 3 fucking clans and elders, when they find out that the mine's there, they're like, hey, we said no, but then they've sort of got no recourse to it either because fucking they've used the political fucking system within the tribal elder system, like, against the Aboriginal. They're sneaky the way they do it. I don't like it. And ever since COVID started, when we all got locked down, you should have a look at the fucking zoning permits, mining zoning permits for Northern Australia, Northern Territory and Western Australia. It covers 90% of Aboriginal land up there is all pegged out for mines, and there was meant to be a cease on bloody making claims and stuff like that during that period. But yet they snuck a whole heap of them through, thinking everyone was all distracted with COVID and shit like that. Right? And I can share it. I've got a video to prove it too, what they've actually done. And then what little bits of Northern Territory wasn't, fucking had fucking permit claims pending, right, was taken up by the agricultural department with fucking taking up the rest of the little spaces. There's fucking like genocide 2.0 is happening up north at the moment with the fucking Aboriginal communities, are trying to get them out of their tribal lands or kill them off.
And like you said, when they go around asking each person, until they find one guy that says, yeah, okay, you can dig a hole.
Yeah, but they don't tell the other 3 that they're doing that either.
What do you mean genocide? Are they killing people?
Fucking.
Well, they're not allowing them to live within the way they want to live. They have a culture of their own. Some of them want to stay that way, but we won't let them stay that way. We're trying to make them assimilate to become part of this world that we created.
Land.
We don't want them out there. We don't want them thinking they own anything. Because at any point in time, our country may need to dig a hole and grab that shit for whatever reason.
So yeah, Wombat, you know it firsthand exactly what happens, man. Fucking, I've seen it as well. It's fucking horrible, and it's fucking disgusting greed that's all behind it. And why the Aboriginal communities are fighting each other? They'll sneak off to a fucking area where it's a sacred site, but fucking it's got the main vein of whatever they're after underneath it, and go kaboom.
Well, how the hell, like going back to that joint that they blew up, that they had no right to even be anywhere near? How did they set bombs up in it? How did they set explosives all through there if they never had the okay in the first place?
There would have been some government official guiding them in there to do that, because they shouldn't have even been allowed onto Aboriginal land without permits and stuff, and having an elder with them at all times. So there was obviously
shouldn't have even been set up.
Some white dude or some fucking Aboriginal appointed fucking dude that wasn't part of that tribe, that would have been part of the land councils or something like that. That's fucking all just part of the corporation. Anyway, they fucking went in there, showed them the place, and stuck it in there. Right.
For them to set up explosives in there, they would have just been like, "Look, we're going to get this anyway, so just put them in here. At some point, it's ours. Don't worry about it."
Right. They were always going to do it. Blow it. It's done. It's blown. It's fucking over. You can't.
You can't protect it now. It's gone.
It's gone.
See, man, if I was in the government, I would have built a big ass fence around that immediately. It's been, oh well, you're not having it anyway.
Yep, same.
You did that
just to punish them for doing it.
You were being a cunt.
Get it.
So you're not having it. Screw you.
Yep.
It's sacred forever now. Fuck off.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that happened to them. Yeah, or what? No, they was fined some stupid little amount.
Yeah, they got a bullshit fine. It probably wasn't even worth the explosive.
Yeah. It would have been probably like 2% of their yearly profit, that fine.
You can't find companies that make hundreds of billions of dollars, thousands of dollars, or tens of thousands of dollars, or hundreds of thousands of dollars. They need to be fined something that will hurt them and hurt their profits. So they're like, oh, we'll never do that again. We had a fucking really bad year because we tried to steal shit. We lost half our profits.
They shouldn't be able to mine for a couple of years either afterwards on any mine site. They should be closed down, punished for a year, and lose your fucking at least a year's wage. Or if maybe a year sends the company bust, maybe not that long, maybe only 6 months then. But fucking they should certainly be punished, and their shareholders should be punished, because the shareholders realistically are the only ones that can punish the company.
And the only people who get punished
because they're losing money, then they start selling off their shares for fuck all, and the company goes bust.
These people have got that much money that they can sit and wait for stuff like that. The people who do the job for them are living week to week, and in the meantime, they're the ones that bear the brunt of the action that needed to be taken. Like, you're not running nothing. Well, I don't have a job now. Yeah, I'm sorry, buddy, but we have to hurt these people, and we're hurting people who don't deserve to be hurt. In the meantime. And that business always argues that. If you find me this, or you make this too hard, all these people lose their jobs and they'll be on the dole, mate. Let me go, and then people will keep their job. Fuck, I hate when business do that shit. That's when you just go, oh, look, you forfeit everything you own. I'm taking over everything. Everyone's staying employed. You just don't work there no more. Fuck off.
Yeah, there should be some sort of fucking major threat of that at least, and it would fully stop them. If they were fucking had the threat of having their company's hostile takeover of their company.
Government just takes your stuff because you're a prick. Law. You're a prick law.
Yeah. Yep. You're a dumbass prick law. Yep.
Brendan's written in here, Pine Gap. You want to hear something about Pine Gap? Yeah. Been a while since I looked at that.
Military bases, Pine Gap. She's meant to be fucking Go down pretty deep.
Last time I looked at it
Yeah.
on Google Earth was a while ago, and they were expanding it at that stage. But they had also said on the news they were expanding it, new
Yeah,
technologies,
right.
upgrades,
Yeah, but
more
what
shit
I've
in
heard,
space,
right?
so they need more shit on the ground.
Yeah, they've expanded out wider, right? But fucking originally when
Yeah,
it was
if you
built
look
or
on
something
it,
like
north,
that,
east, south, they expanded it westward, I believe.
there's enough concrete in that fucking facility, right? There was enough concrete in that facility to pave fucking some ridiculous fucking distance, like from, I don't know, fucking, oh, I don't know the exact distance anymore, but it was like fucking huge, like paving fucking from Brisbane to Melbourne. That's
You
how
look
much
on Google
concrete
Earth.
went into that place, so it obviously went all downwards.
Hit Google Earth, go on, head south of Pine Gap,
Yeah,
and you look at that ridge line as you're coming into Kings Gorge or whatever it's called, that area. That there's definitely tunnels and stuff, some sort of exit strategy or entrance or so. There's some shit going on there that's connected to the base. Hence why all those areas are meant to be sort of off limits.
yep.
But yeah, you have a poke around there and you can sort of get an idea of where they're going. You don't know why they're doing it, obviously. Be like, oh yeah, there's some movement there. Oh, they're clearing ground over there. They're gonna build something there.
Just more satellite dishes and stuff like that, listening
Yeah, them
devices when
big
they're
white
building on
golf
top of the
balls.
ground. Yeah, yeah, that's got a satellite dish inside it, right? The golf
Yeah.
ball over the top of it is just to protect it from fucking the weather and shit like that. Yeah. Fucking, yeah. It made me laugh. Like, did you see the other day, one of the Greens, yeah, I think it was the Greens party, was carrying on about Pine Gap and stuff, and because of Pine Gap, it's a nuclear for a target for China and stuff like that. If they make them, and it will be if they ever make a move on Taiwan, they will have to take Pine Gap out pretty quickly
It's
to
the
China,
largest communications array in the southern hemisphere.
and it captures every communication in the southern hemisphere as well. Can listen to every radio fucking thing and captures
And
it.
if all you got to do is think about what we would do if we were going to take this country.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh yeah, we'd do that. Yeah. You got to take it. That's of course a target. But the beauty of that thing too is there ain't many people living around it.
Yeah, that's right. There's bugger all for fucking fallout and stuff like that. And I think because they say like they're carrying on like we had them defense like built for nuclear like defense and that. I'm like, they obviously haven't heard like how much concrete went into that facility because I definitely think it's fucking nuclear hardened.
Yeah, it doesn't take much to like a nuke going off even directly on the ground above the target.
Yeah,
it's not going to do a real good job. We let them off
like 20-foot crater or something like that. But if you've got reinforced concrete and whatever else, like maybe you have layers of reinforced concrete with sand or plastic in between those fucking concrete.
Yeah, it goes like concrete, water, sand, steel. Like they tell you to have a whole different range of materials because each material blocks different things.
Yep. That's right.
So
because it fucking wrecks the projectile
outer
or
case
bomb,
is
whatever.
to protect against initial blast and the fucking the hit from it, and the rest of the materials to protect you from any radiation after the fact.
Right.
But they need like bunker busters. You'd need the bunker buster.
Australia needs to start looking for an underground nuclear naval base, I reckon. Like, I know there's talk of building that nuclear base at either fucking Wollongong or Newcastle, right? That'll just be a typical harbour, and they'll just park them up alongside a dock.
Do they say that there's a base at Exmouth? A submarine base?
Yeah, like us. Yeah, they're building a new nuclear for the nuclear sub.
I'm just asking you if you ever heard if there's a sub base at Exmouth, because there is.
Yeah. Yep.
And
There
there's a
used to
deep
be a
water
huge one during
communication.
World War II, and they still use it. Yes.
There's a deep water communications array there that has just about every geometric shape inside it. It was going back 10, 15 years ago, people were thinking it was some nefarious thing because it has all. It has the swastika, it has the Star of David or the Satanic Star, or, like it's got every shape in it: the circle, triangle, square, cube, pentagon, hexagon, like everything.
Pentagram. Yeah.
But
I bet you
when
do.
I
But if
looked
it's a
at it,
geometric shape, you can make all sorts. You can make whatever shape you want out of it, I suppose.
Well, when I looked at it, yeah, it's a deep water communications array. They didn't want to say too much, but I'm pretty sure that there's a sub base there and there's a real deep channel on the right there. So they're definitely going in and out of there because there's nothing on the ground except for the communications. And about 5 or 10 kilometers down the road, maybe more, 15 kilometers down the road is a little base, but it ain't big. So whatever they got under the ground there.
Yeah, no, it was a huge submarine base during World War II. Fucking it based a whole heap of American submarine squadrons all there and stuff like that. And they used to leave from there and go up and attack fucking Japanese merchant shipping from there. So it gives you straight access straight into deep water. Same thing just off Perth. It goes straight deep really quick and that. But like we need somewhere where you can like just swim, like you don't have to park it anywhere. Like you just go straight into a tunnel and go into a hardened nuclear bunker with your sub. Russia's got one in Vietnam.
Yeah,
and probably a couple
Crimea.
of it's in Russia.
Crimea.
Yeah,
that's why they
I
took
reckon
that
we
joint.
need something similar to that. You could build it into the cliffs on the side in Tassie, and Tassie at least a long way from anywhere, so pretty hard for people to be attacked without sort of being seen coming. And being nuclear subs, it doesn't matter about the distance, how far Tassie away is away from where they're going to go patrolling, because like nuclear subs can go forever.
They can be underwater for fucking 6 months without coming up.
No, they can do it for a whole year, right? But they can't store enough food on there to do it for the whole year. So it's 3 months underwater, fucking full time on a deployment. They go for 3 months and you're underwater the whole time.
Yeah, fuck that shit.
I'd like it, man. You get paid extra money for it and stuff like that too. Extra $1,000 a fortnight just to be a submariner.
Been in a couple when they had them down here, tied up to the pier. Yeah.
Yep.
Nah. I just kept imagining that thing sinking and all that steel starting to get closer and closer to me as it's about to crush me to death.
Yeah, when that happens, it doesn't get to come closer and closer to you, BTB. It's like a massive implosion bomb, and you get atomized. Apparently, it's one of the best ways to go because you won't know it happens. It happens that quick. It's like blinking.
Yeah, but because you trained, you know what's going to happen. You're like, yeah.
Oh yeah, I know. When it'd be the worst feeling if you're like, on your sub sinking down to crush depth, and there's nothing you can do, and it's a slow sink down to that depth, and you hear it creaking and cracking and pipes bursting. Like if there's a gun around, you'd want to fucking pop yourself beforehand instead of going through that mental stress until it happens.
You could rub one out though before you shut yourself.
It'd be pretty hard to get in the mood though to rub one out though.
Yeah, it would be. I think. Yeah. You'd want some pretty hardcore porn.
Yeah, you would, and some really loud headphones.
You'd only have magazines down there. They wouldn't you wouldn't get video feed or anything.
No, you could have your phone with a few videos. You could get onto porn. No, Pornhub, you need internet connection. Maybe if you just saved a few videos off there.
They probably have internet on the sub.
Yeah, but they probably only have that when on sub service.
On sub internet doesn't leave the sub. It'll be just full of porn.
Probably, they allow girls on the sub now. Anyway, so maybe it would be all right.
Do you remember the guy's name, Mark, who got gutted like a fish and lost his fingers? was telling Monty about that guy. He used to build tunnels. He was anyone seen that movie Core, The Core or something like that's called, and they drive a ship to the middle of the planet to restart the core or some shit, right? They talk about they make up a technology for this movie so they can do it, and it's like a sound wave thing that digs a tunnel. That shit is in operation now in our world. Right? It's on a fairly small scale. I've seen people drill like 8-inch holes with it though.
No, I never had to go to Pucka, Brennan. I was like Kapuka, then Singleton, then straight up to Townsville.
Yeah, he survived, but he got gutted like a fish.
Kapuka with, he went to Pucka.
Lost 2 fingers.
And then about 4 months later, I seen him up in Townsville. They brought the leopard tanks over to Townsville to do some exercise up in Hot Range. I went down, visited him. He just showed us he got to play around in his tank.
Well, stuff's been removed.
Yeah, the UN is evil, Mark. But I can't believe you've seen the fucking, what was that meditation room you said you seen? It's an occult meditation room.
Phil Schneider. Okay. No, Phil Schneider died not long after he started giving interviews of what happened to him. Went down a tunnel because he used to dig tunnels for the US government, and they were having an issue with this tunnel. He went to have a look. They sent 2 special forces down with him, or 3, can't remember. They leave the rig that lowered him into the tunnel, and 2 greys approached them. One of them waved its hand in front of like a black box hanging from its neck, like a necklace or something. And 2 of them special forces dudes were dead. The civilians injured, gutted like a fish, lost 2 fingers and whatever else. The other special forces dudes fucked up, but he drags Phil to the rig and hits it for him to go up, and he doesn't make it out. And only Phil come out of the tunnel. And then apparently he reckons they just started dropping bombs down the hole.
I'm going to fill you the house of a speed for the west and drought.
Mark, send us a link if you can be fucked.
What is the dumbs, Mark? You have to tell me that. You have to elaborate on that fucking acronym, mate.
Deep underground medical bunker, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Military bunker.
Okay. Military base, not medical. It'll be military.
Yeah, I just fucked up. Military.
Yeah. No. I should have thought about what the fucking it could have been, but I'm fucking smashed and I can't.
Yeah, it's all right.
I believe Phil Schneider said he built close to 100 bases, 100 tunnels for the United States military.
Deep underground military bases.
Oh, man. What's going on?
What did Gray attack him for?
Apparently, he reckons that they don't get along, and that a lot of people in Grays, and that they're living underground. They've been underground for thousands of years. And fucking,
I heard the Grey, right?
We find them every now and then. We find a place.
Yeah, they're sentries. They're like drones.
Yeah, they're drones. They're not an alien species. They were built by another alien species, but yet they had too much consciousness, and you couldn't control them really. So the alien species let them go, right? But yet, because of that, they don't have fucking emotions or fucking empathy or anything like that. And they're cruel little cunts.
They're Montauk children. One of them Montauk people that talk about going to Mars. They say
they weren't lizard people. I thought the lizards lived underground. And the Greys didn't.
People are like a balloon. Like if they kill you, it's like popping a balloon to them. They have no feeling either way.
It's that sort of theory lines up with all the other like sightings and experiences of them though, because they've always been made out to be fucking cruel. They just pick people up, do experiments on them, drop them off, wipe their fucking like the experiences are all messed up.
And in old religion, they talk about them, but they call them the Ajiji. And yeah, they were even causing trouble back then, even when the gods were here to look over them, or God, or whatever you want to call what was going on. But they still caused a whole heap of mystery.
They're either fucking going to be used as some sort of military fucking nuclear fucking bunker escape zones where they can do that.
I've never heard of the GG.
They think they're going to be able to give everyone out of the 1% a little message code on their phones before civilization collapse, and they all get told to move to the closest underground building, lock themselves down there with fucking 2-3 years worth of food.
Oh, no doubt.
And let the rest of us fucking fight it out and see who's left.
Remember when we got rid of CFCs? That was another thing that people were saying because of how deep some of these places were. Bill Schneider was disclosing.
They have no fucking.
They were saying that they would have to have massive cooling for how deep they are, and that was probably a good a reason back then that CFCs disappeared, because they needed the majority of the CFCs at the time to furbish the bases.
What are them cunts in the tunnels that live in the tunnels, Brendan? Clan fucking what? Clandestine clan or fucking cave clan. That's them. Motherfuckers that live in the tunnels in Melbourne.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Melbourne, did you say?
Yeah, in Melbourne. Cave clan. It's a fucking gang of fucking homeless motherfuckers or whatever that live in the fucking tunnels in Melbourne.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's definitely true.
I know they have that in California. Of people live in all the overflow tunnels and that.
Mm.
People make their own towns out in the desert.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember me and my mates going down in the fucking big one near fucking, I don't know whether it was near Greensboro, Heidelberg fucking area and stuff like that. There was one. And I was fucking walking in the cunt. And we'd been in there about half an hour. And then fucking deeper into the tunnels, we could start hearing fucking people's voices. And like fucking, yeah, and then it got louder, started swearing and shit. So obviously they knew our presence and stuff, so we fucking backpedaled out of there.
What area?
Fucking, I don't know exactly. I can't remember fucking now. Like, fuck, I was like.
You gonna go for a walk, 16. Sunshine?
Did you say Heidelberg?
Yeah.
Really?
Heidelberg, Greensboro.
Yeah. That's where I am.
Oh. It focus. Well, that looks really nice.
It's alright.
It's got a good structure to it, at least.
When I was a kid in Melbourne, fucking 16, 17,
it's definitely not
like
PGR.
Proper gang, like a cave clan. You used to fucking see their tag everywhere as well. Yeah, just their fucking into tunnels.
Pack your vape, grab your phone, and go for a walk in these tunnels. Give us a look.
Man, I go into drains.
You go into drains, did you say?
I've been in drains and shit.
They're fucking massive, those stormwater drains.
My town has tunnels under it. They were there for smuggling.
Fucking awesome.
And one of them runs under the police station. They've sealed it off basically once it gets halfway under the road to the cop shop. Yeah. There's other ones all the way from the waterfront into town to certain buildings. And they're thinking about opening them up as a tourist attraction.
Yeah, Mark Nexus worked at one. At
I don't know whether I fully believe this fucking theory about the deep underground military bases being used for fucking cloning cunts and having a whole heap of fucking celebrity clones fucking hidden there to be used as fucking sex
When I
slaves
heard
and
about these
fucking,
bases, the
all
ones that
as a fucking way to
They're cloning animals at the moment, so I wouldn't
manipulate the
like
fucking actual person into fucking doing it.
and like this shit was going on a while ago. It was all in the news, all this fucking animal cloning and all this, and then it just completely dropped out. The companies that were all involved with it went under the radar, and then it's just like no one's heard about it since then. Pretty
Dolly
much with
that's
those
it,
companies.
guys.
Dolly was
You don't go down
Dolly
there
was
in
the
the
first clone.
wintertime when it's raining. Fucking drains are dangerous.
Like Dolly was meant to be the first official clone in the world.
I
The
think I've
sheep.
heard that one. Yeah, the piece.
Yeah. Yeah, we got to see all that on the news, and then from there, that thing it grew old quick because it was made from DNA of a sheep at a certain age, so it aged to that age rapidly, and then was normal. I think after that,
Mate, that would
but
be so fucking weird to see.
yeah, and that was I forget when that was, like early 2000s or fucking late 90s, can't remember, but
Yeah, it was real early.
yeah, from there, world started putting bans on that shit. People in the United States started taking ships out
Yeah, the tunnels
500
closed,
miles off the coast,
There's apparently
and then
tunnels
they're
that they
in
use to fucking
international
traffic
waters, and they could
children.
still run experiments. And
But
then
yet that
someone
Epstein was using
made it
fucking planes, so I
even
don't know
harder
whether the
for them, so
tunnels are
that shit
true.
stopped.
But these fucking
But then there's
tunnels
a
are
lot of
meant to be
talk that's
government
still happening in China,
organised and run.
Yeah, I
And
heard
with
that too.
mass
PCP.
children's van
and
fucking
we've had so long
traffic.
now that I fully believe
So,
there's cloned human beings on Earth for
I
sure.
don't know. But apparently
Jay
there was one
Thomas,
in Ukraine and
Black
fucking Putin
projects
and
are
Russians were going to destroy the tunnel, but they never ever forgot it. They never ever found the tunnel, so I think it might be like weapons of mass destruction in Iraq, the tunnels.
Jay Thomas. Black projects are secret
Then there's
projects
also
that
some
are
fucking sort of
government
tunnels
funded, so
with
they don't
fucking
have to
high
be on.
speed fucking things that like trains, but they like run on magnets and they fucking to the other side of the world or something, hey, through the core. They might go. I don't know. There's some fucking weird there's some
You don't need to go through the core.
there's some far out conspiracy theories out there. And yet I've met people that sort of made that who did I haven't met them. Actually I've seen shit on TV like Jesse Ventura meeting the dudes that fucking actually did the patents and worked for the government in fucking making their prototypes for these fucking high speed fucking underground trains things, right? They're used in the tunnels. There was also fucking an antimatter ray. Right? This dude had built an antimatter ray. He fucking stopped working the government. He built a big giant fake one on top of his van, a bongo van, and drives around in that because he reckons if he acts crazy and everyone thinks he's crazy, the FBI, the government won't come and kill him for saying what he's saying. They'll just think he's just a crackpot and won't believe what he's saying, right?
Yeah.
And that way he doesn't get killed. But yet he had a little miniature one of these fucking antimatter rays that he built, right? Him put it on the coffee table. He put a fucking empty aluminium can in front of it and then activated this ray, and the can melted down into about a third of its original size. And like if they had just melted down a Coke can normally, like the whole mass would still be there. 2/3 of its mass disappeared, like melted. And when Jesse Ventura seen it happen, it reminded him of the fucking steel beams in fucking the Twin Towers that he'd seen in a couple of episodes before when he was fucking investigating whether they used thermite and shit like that to bring down the building. Right? And then after seeing that can and what that little ray did, he fucking reminded him he had flashbacks to the fucking big I-beams through the fucking Twin Towers and how they were melted and disappeared. And apparently, like it, they look exactly the same. And the dude who did the patent and built this ray gun for the government, fucking, he also believed they used it fucking through the Twin Towers. Because like when they come down, it's like fucking half of their matter is disappearing when they come down. It's not fucking piling up. It should have been huge, big piles, those two buildings of rubble, but yet they didn't fill probably
It
a
did
third of the fucking mountain you would expect of that rubble.
It did look less than what you would expect. Their excuse
It
was
did,
that it
didn't it?
collapsed into the underground car parks
Yeah, I
below.
know there was underground car parks. Yeah,
But
I do know that.
yeah, the way it come down, when you're watching, well, I was awake that night, like getting ready to go to work, go to bed for work, and then
It's
it
at
happened.
night
I'm
for
like,
you. It was
yeah, I'm
early
gonna have the
morning
day
for
off.
me up in Townsville.
And
We were
fucking,
getting ready to work.
that was like 11:30 or 12 o'clock at night or something. And a
Yeah.
report comes on that a light plane had struck one of the towers. And at this point, you've got people standing around looking out windows and shit, trying to get people onto the site.
Yeah.
And then people start realizing it's not a light plane. And then, yeah, not too long after that, next one.
Yeah, I
But the
watched
whole
the next one live. I was asleep
yeah,
when the first one hit, and that I was just like the alarm was about to go off in about 5 minutes.
then they
It's
burnt
6
for a
o'clock
while,
in the morning.
and I don't know, like fucking, there's heaps of weird shit that went on, and that's the stuff that's always gonna make everyone fall back
Question.
to this was like weird shit, like people from Israel fixed elevators before it happened.
The dancing Israelis.
Yeah, them guys. They were
Just
actually
look at Building 7. It collapsed by
They were
itself.
elevator repair crew.
They're all free fall demolition.
Right?
It's obvious.
And then fucking the insurance fucking shit. Dude just happened to double or triple his insurance before this happened.
Larry Silverstein took out that
Like this is in this is always, people are always going to go, nah, someone knew shit, because why did that happen?
Not just that, the morning of that, right, at 9 o'clock a.m. fucking American Eastern Standard Time, right? Fucking George Bush and fucking their Reserve Bank or whatever equivalent to that and stuff like that, and that sort of runs the world, sort of fucking the way the world's fucking money is fucking jiggled around and fucking that's something to do with debt. I think it like fucking equivalent to the world's fucking
2.8
like
billion.
Reserve Bank, right?
Trillion.
They were going to
2.8
release
trillion.
that morning that they were getting like all debt was being wiped, and there would be not a reset, but a new start to fucking the economy system, and that
Donald
they were wiping all
Rumsfeld made
debt
the announcement.
from the like, including huge big companies that had millions and millions of debt to the littlest man, right? And start again. George Senior rocked up to the White House 2 days before. I think it was on the Friday night, and the fucking announcement was Monday morning. Right? He spent 2.5 nights there, fucking 3 nights maybe. Friday night, Saturday night, Sunday night. Yeah, 3 nights. Cooking up a plan, man, on how to stop that fucking announcement.
Skull and Bones CIA guy.
Daddy's not a nice man. He was around when JFK was assassinated.
100%.
He was fucking second in command, I'm pretty sure. Fucking
yeah, well, yeah. I'm pretty sure he had something to do with it, but
yeah. There's some pretty strong evidence that points towards him. But I reckon like
the Bushes funded the Nazis.
A lot of families were funding the Nazis.
A
lot of them were running both sides. A lot of them were running both sides. They're like, if I sell to Pope, I'm gonna get more money.
Who was that fucking cunt who flies? The fucking famous pilot for him. That flew the Atlantic and shit like that. Lindbergh or whatever. Lindbergh. Yep. That cunt was an avid Nazi, and he actually spent a fair bit of fucking couple of years, I think 36, 37, 38, in Germany. Right? And he had a German mistress there that his wife was happy about. Like, she didn't give a shit that he had a mistress, because he fully was into Nazi ideology to breed fucking big, strong Aryan super soldiers, right? So he was having sex with this other fucking German woman because she was perfect Aryan woman, and he was seen as their perfect Aryan man, big, tall, blue eyes, blonde hair, Right, so they were trying to have children with him and her, and the child he did have with his wife was the little child that got kidnapped and murdered. He was born with spina bifida and something else, so like he was a pretty sickly little child, and fucking under our Nazi ideology, he should have been fucking euthanized, right? And so they reckon now there's been a lot of evidence come out that Jocelyn was behind the kidnapping of his child, because he was meant to be away at a conference that night doing a talk to fucking all the big wig companies and stuff like that and politicians. And for some unknown reason, he wasn't even meant to be staying at that house either. Right? He was staying in town because of how long of a journey and commute it was to go from their house to fucking wherever it was, fucking to Newark or fucking Manhattan, right, to do this talk. And he got there, fucking was there like 20, 30 minutes, made up some excuse he had to go, left, didn't go home to his home in town, drove all the way back there. He was the one who discovered the child missing. Right? Wasn't even meant to be home. Why did he fucking, I think he was behind it, and that was his way of trying to he planned his alibi, but yet fucking, I don't know, something fucking guilt got to him or something, or fucking he just wanted to rush home and make sure it all went right. He didn't seem to be too sad losing that child. Right? His wife was knocked up about it. So.
This whole episode should have been on 9/11.
I don't fucking want to believe that their government is willing to kill 5,000 innocent people to stop some economic.
It's not the government. It's some select people.
I don't either. But then I watch Colin Powell and Rumsfeld and fucking Condoleezza bullshit to me and tell me why we're going over to someone else's country. And then it's all bullshit. You know, way more people died there than in that fucking tower.
Sorry, man. Sorry, mate.
It's not beyond the realm of possibility that they would do that.
Yeah, it's not. But I want to believe fucking people are better than that, man. Fuck.
Go watch a movie called Out for Justice with Steven Seagal.
So.
Yeah. It's fucking great. You'll have a good laugh.
Yeah, I don't want to laugh at his fucking fake moves, mate.
Cut scenes, like they cut it, like his arm will move and then they'll cut it, and then he's hitting them, so it make it look really fast.
Yeah.
How'd you do that?
It's hard to watch fucking action movies when you know what's going on.
He loves going to MMA fights, right? I was Steven getting in fucking with the MMA guys. Right, and thinks he can teach them stuff. He did something with Anderson and Silva.
Yeah.
You see Anderson trying to pretend like, it hurt me bad, that would hurt me bad and stuff like that. But then turn to the camera and give funny little grin like, what the hell is that? And then there's another one with some other dude and there's everyone crowding him and he's just slapping the dude and stuff. And then he throws some stupid little fucking half-bent knee kick, with the toes. It's all just from the knee. There's no thought,
just a little
leg involved in the kick. Yeah.
Because he thinks he's so powerful that every time he strikes someone, it's like the movies, you know. They pause for a second.
It only
happens in the movies.
Don't defend, don't attack. They just pause and let you do something else to them. That's not how it works.
Yeah. Still any questions? I love one-touch masters. They're the best. No-touch masters, sorry, I should say.
I like
the no-touch masters. Have you seen them?
The ones that,
mate, those just
spiritual power.
Where they'll knock someone over through a door or something.
And then
they
they go
think
up
they can
against
knock you out just with
MMA
their
fighter,
chi,
and they're
man.
going, hooah, hooah, and the MMA fighter just walks up and punches him in the face.
Yeah. There was a fight between
It's
some
funny to
sort of
watch.
MMA Asian guy, Chinese guy versus a no-touch master in the ring. No
He
touch
just gets beat
master
up.
last, I think, 3 seconds he was knocked out on the ground.
Yeah, I've seen one similar.
Yeah.
The one I seen, the poor guy took a hiding.
Yeah, I've seen one where the bloke kept getting up, and it was just the saddest thing because he was just getting rocked with like 8 jabs to the face, hooks to the face, like just actual destruction, and he was not equipped for it.
It's brutal.
He had heart though. I'll give it to him. He got up probably 4 times.
Yeah.
At that point, I was thinking his students have not done him well. They're all pretending that he's knocking them down and shit, and he's believed it. I mean, why else would you jump in a ring with a professional fighter thinking that not touching him at all is going to win the fight?
Probably just delusional. Like he's had all these kids believing him in his bullshit for so long that he's worked himself up to think that he actually can.
Yeah, but how could you get yourself that worked up to believe you can? Because some kid isn't going to go there, right? Like first day, right? You're not going to be in that much. Oh, mate, like if he does a whole heap of demonstrations of knocking all the other kids out, man, he might be like, oh my God, this guy's going to murder me, right? But because you don't know what to expect or anything like that, he comes up and does it all at your head, but doesn't touch it or anything like that. I think as a kid, you'd be like, what the hell just happened then? Is he going to punch me now after that? Or when does it kick in?
He doesn't start with that though, Monty. He starts with the whole class demonstration where they get like 10 new kids, 15 new kids to the dojo,
Yeah, so
and they've
knocks
got
them all out.
the 4 kids that he's brainwashed this whole time into his little fucking thing, and then he shows them all this woohoo fucking.
Surely that's not enough to fucking. Surely
but the little
kid
kids,
watching
bro,
that isn't enough to make him become zombie and be wild like them.
I reckon they're just gullible
that
kids, bro.
open-minded. He'd just wait to see what would happen, like just sitting there eagerly waiting for this energy to overtake you and knock you out.
Wait for him to start going,
it doesn't happen. You'd be left standing there like, when's it coming? Like, does it happen next?
There are some people that will give them a sec because they know they're full of shit. So they'll give them a sec to show off that there's nothing happening.
There's one guy on TV, like a chemist, I think, challenged this no punch master because this chemist, I don't believe it. This is all just bullcrap, right? And they've got a camera crew there, and the guy goes, look, all right, you stand there, and I'll bet you any money I'll knock you out. And the guy's got his hands around his head, and he's like, pumping his chi up and stuff like that. The cameras do standing there smiling, going like, what the hell's going on? Laughing at the camera. And then the guy gives up and goes, oh, it didn't work because he doesn't believe. I was like, wow, that's not going to be very good for martial arts to teach people. Now they've got to hope that everyone's a believer, that they can knock them out. Like,
anyone that you're in a fight with, it just doesn't work against.
I really think they repeat like the people that all started that movement are people that watch Star Wars way too much. Doing Jedi mind tricks and stuff, watching Darth Vader choke people, squeeze his fingers together and choke them.
Fucking Star Wars, Monty.
Well, just some sort of fucking. There's enough of them around. They probably just watch each other's videos. Oh yeah, you just knock someone out through a thick wall.
There's enough people who make videos about them that they probably get enough attention and stuff because of that.
It's got to come from old school kung fu and karate, like that mythical one punch kill.
Yeah, you think you've got
that's where all
that
this would probably originated from.
Yeah.
Some sort of reality behind the belief, but no one possesses the power yet.
The extent of I've heard of it was more of like a meditative thing to get your mind in the state ready for battle. It was more of like a traditional thing that was like, but I think they probably would have extrapolated it into a further sort of like,
the
use
guy,
chi sorts of things.
Yeah.
it come from India, right? So some dude walked over from India, Buddhi Dharma or something, and he wanted to teach these people in China how to meditate, but he'd like meditate for 30 days straight, just in one position, and they couldn't do it. So he started teaching them forms like, how they do like tiger and crane and all that.
Yeah.
He started teaching them
Chi.
those forms to strengthen their bodies so they were able to sit still longer, and meditate. And it turned into fighting.
Yeah.
But that's where it come from originally. The intent was to just get him fit enough to be able to meditate with him.
Okay. That's good to know.
Mm-hmm.
They real fucking twisted it then.
Yeah, and I forget who walked over, and then someone walked to Japan, and then that turned into karate. Then China, it was gung fu, not kung fu.
Yeah. And then that's when that came into Western culture. It's started like, well, not even just Western culture. You got Muay Thai that's been around for I think over 1,000 years, something like that.
That's it.
Something ridiculously long time.
Oh, their training is, it's crazy.
The actual Thai training's crazy, but if you go to if you just train regular Muay Thai in Australia or something like that, it's real fun.
Yeah, the way they're trained, that's where you want to go though.
Oh, if you're serious about it.
You want to be as good as you can be. Yeah.
Yeah.
They're not going to let you slack off.
No, definitely not. You do a few kilometer run every day in the morning, and then you train hard all day.
And just the kicks and the amount, like, kick drills and what they expect from them, and the speed, and to be repeating it over and over and over and over and over and over. And your days like from sunrise to sunset.
They spar at pretty much full power as well, is the brutal thing.
Yeah, that I don't agree with too much.
Yeah, neither. It's silly.
Now we understand that you only get so many shots. You can't make your head stronger by getting punched. It only gets weaker every time.
It's mainly body shots that they'll throw full power.
Now we understand that we should, be not letting people get hit in the head so much in a training environment. They save it when they're earning money.
Yeah.
Korea's got some good martial arts.
Yeah, a lot of really great martial arts worldwide. It's developed a lot over time.
Yeah,
Russia.
Yeah. Russia and China have been fighting for years, like martial arts sort of stuff.
Yep. A lot of Russians coming into the top of the mixed martial arts.
I forget what it's even called, but I was looking at it at a point in time. And Krav Maga as well.
I think Krav Maga is the Israeli defense system. I'm not sure.
Yeah, things dramatically changed at that point. Then cage fighting come about. Fucking next minute, there's fucking this thing called UFC. And that was all she wrote. Fuck my phone. Let's go grab a
I
charger.
nearly fell asleep then. I'm so stoned.
Good hell.
Man, that entertaining, mate.
I should turn my camera on just so, like, I don't think I'll be able to. I should be able to see myself. I think that
Have a
my
sativa.
eyes, I
Have
can
a
hardly-
sativa. Have a sativa.
I'm a bit like that as well, Monty.
Like you're on that indica.
Yeah, that's probably the worst my eyes been in a long time. And they just feel like they've got like little bags on them that just going to drag the top lid down.
Oh shit.
They're doing weights and
Yeah.
they've done too many sets. They can't lift anymore.
Oh yeah, Brendan. Well, I mean, the old WWE wasn't even fucking fighting. It was just, it's just an entertainment.
It looks pretty chronic. The bud that you showed before looks nice.
Oh, did you show some, Monty?
Radio fair.
Looked like 27% shit, 28%. So I know you can't tell by looking, but you know, it just looked like top shelf. Like top shelf. It wasn't even trimmed properly, and it still looked fucking amazing. That's when you know you got good bud. If it's not trimmed and it still looks fucking awesome.
That is good.
The sugar leaf is that good, you just don't care. You just like whatever.
No point. Let's fucking put the work in and take it off if it's good shit.
You know, if Monty falls asleep, I can't even share a screen. Hey, if anyone gets bored, just tune into King B Fine's channel. He's on.
Oh, yeah.
He's fucking yakking away over there.
Don't forget to go say hello.
Yeah, I was gonna say hello, and I was like, "Fuck." Is it improper to watch someone else's stream while you're actually streaming?
Send too many devices, yeah.
I think it's good to support each other.
If you got 2 screens, why not, mate?
Well, I'm not surprised that there's 20 people watching them and 10 people watching us because we're fucking boring. Well, that's where all the action is, over at King B Fine's channel. Terrence is having a vape.
We're gonna go annoy them for a bit.
Yeah, why not? I've lost interest. I'll just save all the shit for another time.
Yeah, I thought that sort of ended pretty quick anyway. We were talking shit now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think everyone's super high and just wanted to talk, which is fine. It's hilarious.
You get all your seeds done this week.
Fucking Monty's still there.
He's
No, I'm still here,
Monty,
man. I'm struggling,
still
mate.
going.
Yeah. I don't think I've struggled
Monty.
here.
If you're a racehorse, I'd put my money on you.
Thanks, man.
I haven't seen Monty struggle for a bit.
Ever. I've never seen Monty like, yeah. Usually he's fucking charring down the fucking bongs. Doesn't give a fuck. That's another reason I know it's good weed.
Yeah. What was I saying?
Fuck, I don't know.
Fuck off,
You haven't
wish,
talked for
mate.
ages, Monty.
You wish, don't you?
No.
If I was on the nod, you'd know about it because my voice goes all croaky, and then I wouldn't even talk sense anyway.
Have you seen the Operation High Jump?
I'd be going,
Have you seen the Operation High Jump thing, PTP?
Yeah, is that the dummies, or are you talking about Admiral Byrd?
Yeah, Tassie too.
Yeah, Admiral Byrd.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Someone brought it up earlier in the chat.
Tassie
I think it was
people?
Amos.
That's right.
What about Tassie 2s, people?
Yeah, we're going to go over and say hello.
No worries.
Yeah.
Start another stream and we'll have 3 going at the same time.
Yeah, you'll love that.
We can't compete for our community.
You should go say hello, bro. I'll be right.
Did you get the seeds in this week, PTP?
Probably tomorrow or the next day.
Tomorrow? Hey?
Yeah, before the end of the week.
Yeah, I got mine in yesterday.
Full
moon.
No, yeah, yesterday.
Full moon, 2 days ago. So
yeah, it was a full moon on the Saturday
like
night.
5-6 days ago.
Full moon on the Saturday night. I got my seeds in the ground on the Sunday, so I was a little bit behind the full moon. But like, geez, the moon was big on the Sunday anyway. So
I got a message. Full moon tonight. Bob and beans.
Hey?
Someone sent me a message to remind me. Full moon.
On Saturday.
Yeah, or the 9th or whatever.
Yeah.
You know it's coming.
Yeah. I had someone ask me some questions on my YouTube channel, and that like, what to know? What strange screen one fucking? I think it was in the little fucking slideshow. Fucking. Oh no, it might be just a little short video. I don't know. Yeah, want to know what strains they were. I told him that. And then fucking he asked me what time fucking is the best to have him in the ground and stuff like that. That he's been told his mission he wants to do is try and go mendo dope plants. And
well, 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, he goes, oh, I've been told 20th of October. I've gone, man, you want to have them in the ground by the first full moon of spring. And he goes, what? So you mean tomorrow night? I've gone, and because I hadn't looked at the moon, I knew like it was close, but I hadn't looked at it exactly. And so I was like, yeah, it must be tomorrow if it's full moon tomorrow. So.
Yeah, you plant early, they'll get big.
I don't have any way to do it, so I'm out.
Late this year. And they were wondering.
You saw pops marking? Awesome. I have more than one pop. What did I do? I think I put 3 Granddaddy Perp seeds down. And 4.
LA push cakes across
I
down
really
there.
don't mind actually what egg happens out of them, as long as like it's a good fucking structured male. If I get a good male and a female, any females I move straight down and put them in the ground. Worst thing I'm sort of struggling for is whether I pop all the eggs in pots, have them all in pots.
What's the dilemma?
Always pop
My
them.
dilemma is for the eggs. I think I should have them all in pots down the back, away from my femmes, right?
Always put them in
Then
pots.
I can just go through them, cull any males I don't want, get rid of any herms, which I don't foresee anything like that anyway.
If I
Other
had
than I
if
put
I
two
had the
super
space, like
saiyans down, so I've got to have a check on them because Hook does say it does herm. So,
if I
did
was
you have
able
any
to,
herm in last year's PTP with the super saiyan?
Yeah, I had a few little issues. So I
A
did
little bit
something
of herm.
because it was too close to the feminized garden. So I just had to fucking
Monty,
unfortunate. I wanted so bad for it to survive.
Monty,
So I'm running again this year.
what about why not have two 200-liter smart pots, like breathable pots, and have your super soil in it, like living soil, no till. Just have
For those
two,
couple of
and
minutes I
the
was
two very
asleep.
best, the two best, strongest, most awesome ones that pop up, put them in there, and use that every year. You know, like have two amazing fucking living soil pots just there year after year for the two best, you two strongest.
You're gonna plant them outside. Just turn your backyard into living soil best you can.
Biggest issue is because I've got a fucking. What do you reckon PTP like with the femmes, right? I'd take a clone off the femmes, put the clone in a pot, right? Because I'm gonna colloidal self that.
Take 3.
Right? And I don't want them, the ones I'm gonna self, near the others, do I?
No. So take like 3. Take 3 of each one. So it leaves 2 established. You got a spare. And then spray the crap out of one and just let the other one go. And then just feed the clone with the one you've been spraying. And that way you can have your plant to smoke, and then you got a little, I don't know, maybe foot tall plant, depending on how long you want
that's
to
full
let
of
the clone
seed.
grow for. It's full of seed.
Yeah, fucking hell, that's the way. That's what I was thinking I was going to do. It's only a little bit of work this year, but I don't mind it. And then I'm going to be fucking. I shouldn't say that live, but fucking. In the future, there'll be bean packs probably out and about for people of the community. All those that help me definitely will get that. Got to spread the love, people.
Yeah, when I do a live, I'll drop a link.
Should we drop out? Yeah, we better go over to King B, over to Tassie Twos.
Yeah, we should go for that one. Nearly 9.
Yeah. All right, well, everybody, thank you for stopping in and for the show. I hope it wasn't too fucking boring, off track. And sorry for falling asleep a little bit there. I was up until 4:30 last night, and then up at like 10 this morning. So I only got, what's that? I think it's like 5.5 hours sleep. Yeah. And that was broken sleep because I can never sleep longer than an hour or so before I'm fucking awake and got to go back to sleep. Have a bong and go back to sleep. That's the worst thing. I don't know what I'm going to do about trying to improve my sleep. Yeah, because I cannot sleep longer than fucking 6 to 8
really
hours.
Important. I don't know what you can do,
And
but
that
it's really
6 to 8
important.
hours is fully broken sleep anyway.
Yeah,
You've got to go full specialist. Go do deep research, find someone that specializes in it. Someone that is
I will learn
back.
to meditate again. I used to be able to meditate for so well and actually do proper meditation where you're actually spinning.
Yeah.
When you're actually in full meditation, you feel like you're on a merry-go-round going round and round.
Mm.
And then when you master the round and round, and they get freaked out of it outright because you can't help sort of stopping it because you feel like you're starting to spin really fast and will fall off. It's a weird thing. And then when you get through that, it's just like bliss. It's like unconsciousness.
I gotta try that. That sounds cool.
It was awesome. I used to be able to fucking meditate so well. I put myself to sleep every night, meditating for 10 minutes until like I went into unconsciousness. And the only reason I'd never wake up was because I had to go to the toilet or something, but that was only once. It was the best sleeps, but ever since like I had PTSD from my service, I have lost the gift of meditation. I can get to the start of the spin, but I can't even get it doing a full spin or anything yet. And I have so much trouble even getting to the fucking spin. It's not fair. 1 hour of meditation is equivalent of something like 4 hours sleep or 5 hours sleep, deep sleep.
Fucking hell.
I'd rather sleep.
I struggle with 5 minutes.
Yeah, I get bored pretty quick.
Yeah.
Thank you, everybody. We'll
Catch
see you
up.
all over at Tassie Twos.
22.
Thank you, PTP, Zen, and Sunshine for jumping up. Thank you, Sunshine, for showing us all your little informational bits. It's great for the show. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Good tune.
Cheers.
All right, people. Thank you. Have a good night.